look down.
'Cause I'm on top of the world, hey. I'm on top of the world, hey. Waiting on this for a while now, paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile, hey. Been holding it in for a while, hey. Take you with me if I can. Been dreaming of this since a child. I'm on top of the world.
I've tried to cut these corners, try to take the easy way out. I kept on falling short of something. I could've gave up then, but then again I couldn't have, 'cause I've traveled all this way for something. I take it in but don't look down.
'Cause I'm on top of the world, hey. I'm on top of the world, hey. Waiting on this for a while now, paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile, hey. Been holding it in for a while, hey. Take you with me if I can. Been dreaming of this since a child. I'm on top of the world.
That's one false step for man, one giant pursuit for mankind.
Hello and welcome to a very short demonstration on how to use Spring Tool Suite versions 3.4 and higher to consume our new Getting Started guides that are available at spring.io directly within the Eclipse Spring Tool Suite integrated development environment. This just takes a moment or two. It's very simple. If you, for example, would like to import a Spring Getting Started content, just right-click, choose New, Import Spring GS Guide, and then choose which one you'd like. There's a wide variety of them available, and we've actually just launched a whole new spate of them, a good 9 of them, in celebration of the Spring Framework 4.0 launch here. So you can see there's quite a lot available, as well as full-on tutorials. So let's just choose the REST service, and we're going to pick whether we want to do a build of Maven or Gradle. I also want both the initial and complete code set, and what that just means is that the project in its initial state has everything in the class path but none of the code written for you, and the complete is the full-on solution where all the code's written for you, and of course everything's configured properly, so you can do the before and after. Also, I can tell it to open the homepage in a browser of that actual guide, so I'm just going to click finish and let it do that. This obviously does require an internet connection, so make sure you are connected before you try to download the guides, because it's going directly against their servers to grab it. Okay, great. And then you'll see the guide itself sort of pop up in a web page here. It makes it easy to cut and paste code if that's what you're looking to do, as well as kind of give you the instructions on how to make this RESTful web service from the guide. So what I'm going to do is very quickly, I'm going to go to the initial start state, and I'm going to create a new class, and we'll call this the greeting class, and click finish. Now the greeting class is fairly simple. What I'm just going to do is cut and copy the name here, the code in this window here, just so you don't have to watch me type it all. And hopefully it'll be very quick. So let's see if it, yeah, it's probably not going to like that. Let's get rid of that. Okay, there we go. So now we have our greeting class. We can save that. It's a very simple data structure. It just has an ID, some content, and some getter and setter methods. Nothing fancy. So now what we'll do is we'll set up, now that we have our data model class, now what we'll do is set up a controller. So what we'll do is right click and again on the hello package and say new class, and we'll call that greeting controller. This establishes a REST MVC Spring MVC controller, and as you may or may not know, you can just use the sort of one API of Spring MVC to serve either web pages in a sort of web user interface, or these REST endpoints, all by learning just one API. So great, now I've got my greeting controller class, and rather than just sort of step you through writing it line by line, just want, the tutorial here tells you that it just makes sure that you're setting up the one or two things that you actually do need to set up. We've really boiled it out to an absolute minimum. You just need to tell it what URL respond to, and to give it a request parameter so it binds. This is a very simple REST service, but it is going to take a parameter. So what we'll do is come down here, and before making it executable, we'll come down and just declare that controller. So let me just grab that code. Got a little ahead of myself here. So let's come to the greeting controller. Great. And save this file. And really what it does is, after just having done some automatic imports, the @controller sets it up as a Spring MVC application. The request mapping tells it what URLs to respond to. The response body, makes sure that the content response is appropriate. And here we've added a very simple ability to take a parameter with a string name. And we do that by using the @request_param annotation. So just very simply, I can create a parameterized RESTful web service. So go ahead and save that, and then it just returns the greeting with a count. So then the last thing we need to do is just make the application executable, and we're going to run this as have it be a Java main. And that's pretty simple. All we need to do is create a application.java class. So I'm just going to grab the code for that, and we'll do the same thing over here and just say new class, and we'll call that application.java. There we are. And just to make absolutely sure I called that right, let's go back up here and just triple check myself. Yeah, application.java. Great. So we'll go ahead and replace the code here. And all this is doing after the imports, I'm enabling Spring Boot's auto configuration and the component scanning, and just having a Java main method. So that's it. And that produces an executable jar file that you can run, even without a web server if you need to. In this case, obviously, we are going to have a web server capability, and the dependencies are updated to automatically for you to make sure that they support what you're looking to do, as well as, of course, the Spring Boot libraries. So if we want, we can just run this very quickly as a Spring Boot application. So I'll say run a Spring Boot app. And then it's just going to ask for what the actual Java main class is. It shouldn't actually do that, but Eclipse seems to like doing it anyway. And that'll kick off the Spring Boot environment for us. Great, so now I'm just going to come over and run, and now that I've run it as a Spring Boot application, let's go over to the browser page here and pull up localhost 8080 greeting, and great, there's our content. Our REST service is up and running, and just to show that we've also even parameterized it, I can add in the parameter of my name there, and it automatically updates saying, hello, Peter. So congratulations, we've just developed a REST service with Spring in a little under 5-6 minutes, and created a parameterized RESTful web service, and packages an executable jar, run it as a Spring Boot app, just basically requiring only a JVM. So very, very simple to get started with these to get working with these getting started guides. We look forward to your feedback, and look forward to you using them and recommending them to your friends if you find them helpful. Thanks so much for your time, and look forward to seeing you in another video.